Would you like to, oh, damn the pit. Would you like to go on a date with me?
Of course, Alex.
Yeah. So what date is actually your favorite date here?
Okay, of all these dates, I see Majul. I think this is Ajwa.
Ajwa, yeah.
I love the sukari. You can tell that it tastes like honey.
The best.
It is just it's so good. I fell in love with it last Ramadan, and I can't wait to like eat boxes and boxes this Ramadan.
And it's so good. It's hard to find though, like, right?
Yeah. The Majul, I think, is better for like baking. And
with stuffing stuff.
What did you say?
Yeah, like, stuffing stuff.
But these sukari, I can eat them like 12 at a time.
I'm gonna have a sukari too, okay? Delicious. Hey Salam guys, I'm Alex from AWEEA. So excited to have HAKEEMAH, a really good friend of mine. We are gonna talk about the basic must-haves that you need and anyone should have in their closet, especially for those new hijabis out there. Talk about it really openly, like what we really think you really need. And we have so many items here from different companies. We support everyone, but we're just gonna talk about what we have. I will put the links below as well. HAKEEMAH is a pro stylist. Mashallah, she has worked with hundreds and hundreds of companies. She actually has a 101 hijab styling course. Why did you come up with this course?
Well, there are so many new hijabis out there. So many people who want to return back to hijab. Or some people are just confused. They've been wearing hijab for the longest time, but there's so many new products out there and people are confused as to how to use them and how they make your hijab wearing a lot more comfortable and accommodated.
And I realized that a lot of people who signed up are hijabis, right?
So some people who signed up, they're actually hijabis and they just need someone to help to orient them as to like the new 2022 hijab styles. And some people are returning back to hijab after having taken it off at some point. And so they need new chiffons, new jerseys, new wovens, etc. And I actually had a student who isn't even Muslim and doesn't even plan to wear hijab, but really wants to understand hijab. And it was such a supportive and accommodating environment. Alhamdulillah, the course went really well.
That's awesome. So I'll put the links below so you can definitely sign up if you're interested. So,
okay, so
what are we going to start with?
Let's start with Volumizers since that's what's in my hand.
Okay, I have one too.
Yes, these are like the kind of OG Volumizers that kind of look like they could be braids or hair. I don't tend to use Volumizers anymore, but this was like really important for hijab styles about 10 years ago.
I got this one a long time ago.
Yeah.
Not a long time ago.
But some people have said, okay, they're not using Volumizers anymore, but Volumizers really do help to shape your hijab. So I would say don't throw them away, but there are other kinds as well. If you don't like the texture of this one, there's other ones as well. There's this kind that are more like, see, there's a velvet one.
Yeah, this is velvet.
There's a chiffon one. So whatever works for you, I would say having all of these essentials in your hijab drawer is really important so that if you do have a hijab style that you do want to volumize or you cut your hair or like whatever happens.
Short hair, right?
Yeah, if you have short hair and you want to have a volumized hijab, you can easily just put this in there.
And these don't look like it's like a big poof. It's just like a very soft way of putting it, right?
I feel like years ago people used to like literally put all of this into there.
No.
That was way too much.
Yeah, these are great, but I have a question because of volumizers, does it really, these guys, whenever I wore them, it kind of looked funny. I don't know. Is that?
Yeah, I feel like they don't make your hijab kind of round and
like you should go for these,
like
right?
These have a more natural look to them.
What's the difference between these two? Like when you wear it, is there a difference how it looks like?
I think this one would probably create like a more uniform roundness about your bun.
Okay.
This one might be a little bit lumpy, but depends on your preference.
Okay.
Which one you like.
All right.
And what are you doing with this, Alex?
I don't know. I got this because I was looking online, like on Amazon. I was trying to find like these caps, right? And so I got this one that has this weird poofy thing.
No. So no, we're not doing that.
It didn't sit well in my head for sure.
Exactly, it's very unnatural. Talk about unnatural.
Whatever.
We're doing natural volume in 2022.
So forget about that one. So next one, would you want to work on the ninjas or?
Okay, let's talk about ninjas. Ninjas, again, very essential for hijab style. It's really important to keep your hijab opaque, right? So a ninja is going to really help like semi-transparent fabrics to become opaque, like chiffon, right? You layer this underneath your chiffon hijab and you don't have to worry about being able to see through.
Okay. Ninjas has saved my life, that's for sure. And the first time I knew about ninjas was because I borrowed a ninja from you from one of these like styling in the past. It was amazing. I think I stole it from
It's okay. I think that I had like 15 of them for a runway show because they sent it in from Malaysia, and each model was supposed to have a ninja on. And then I had so many that like if you took one, it was fine. I remember another friend was like, "Oh, can I was like, take 2 of them. I don't need them."
But those were the old school ninjas.
Yeah, they were a little bit thicker. These are so much nicer. They're more accommodating. They're more breathable. They're like a nice jersey, soft cotton blend jersey. A really special one that I really love is these satin lined ones to keep the moisture in your hair and to be very gentle on your hair so you don't get breakage. So
I love that. Lala Hijab has one.
Yeah.
What is this?
This one's Modest Behavior.
Modest Behavior.
I found this at 2 a.m. when I was scrolling on the phone, just
fancy.
like, oh, what else am I gonna stay up for? And I'm like, oh my God, a satin line ninja, and I just bought it like immediately.
I don't think many people have satin line ninjas.
Yes.
I have a ninja episode you can watch right there.
That was a really good episode.
It was. Oh, you liked it?
No, it really was.
Oh, I love you.
Because there's certain features of these ninjas that will make you a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like the length in the back if you have a large bun or if you have long hair. And also just even this elastic, I mean, it's just the little things that make things a lot easier for us to keep our hijabs on for like hours and hours in the day. And then again tomorrow and for years and years of your life. Of course. You have to have these little
And I was honest in that episode.
Yes.
I also talk about the Ruuq Ninja. Ruuq Wear is a patent design, developed this bodysuit plus ninja. So they come in sleeveless, which is this one. I am wearing one actually under this top. It's a long sleeve version of it. It is one of my staple pieces. I wear this all the time. You have some too, right?
I love Ruuq.
I love it.
I love it so much. I love the fact that she has a color selection so that it can easily, look at how she looks so seamless.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
With the gray hijab and the gray Ruuq bodysuit. And I love that it's actually a full bodysuit, so it's not gonna ride up. It can help to cover like little gaps. Sometimes when you throw your hijab and you have like that little gap right there.
Yeah.
The bodysuit, you don't have to worry about anything. And you can wear shirts that have like maybe 3/4 length.
Right.
And it just makes you have a full sleeve with one piece and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. I have it in my basics episode. You can watch it.
You have an episode for everything.
I am trying. Let's check out Ruuq Wear. I have a code too. So look at all the links below with like these special codes. Sometimes we have some.
How about undercap? Just like regular undercaps, not ninja.
Yes,
undercaps.
regular undercaps. So this is like basically the first thing I ever got for under the hijabs. Just these basic ones that I found like on Amazon or something.
Yeah, and it's important to have everything available so you know what you like. That's what I would suggest. So something like this is really good for just simply keeping your hair back when you're wearing your hijab, right? But one problem with it is that it does have a hole in the back. So if you're wearing something that is semi-transparent, you can still see your hair through the back of your hijab. And so I like I like
He likes a lot of stuff.
I like the undercaps that are fully closed. But again, like sometimes you need more space. What I like about this undercap is that
it's a beautiful undercap.
It's also ruche, so it's stretchy. So if you have a bigger bun, if you have longer hair, it can really stretch to accommodate that.
And this is from
Haute Hijab.
Haute Hijab, and it's silk under, right?
Yes. So this is a silk blend.
Silk blend, yeah.
Undercap, and I like the fact that it has silk because silk is an even more natural fabric. Just because it's satin doesn't necessarily mean it's silk. A lot of times people think those words are interchangeable.
Yeah.
But it's a satin finish to like a silk fabric, so it's really, really natural and very gentle on the hair.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you talk about this one a lot too.
Yeah, I talk about that. I wear this. This is this and my ninja
Especially with the
undercap.
oils, right? Because that's the whole problem.
Because when you moisturize your hair with like cream moisturizers or oils, you give yourself that nice oil massage on your head. You want to keep that oil in your hair. You don't want to keep it on your hijab. You don't want to walk around with big oil stains.
Right.
This has really helped me to never have oil stains.
Awesome.
Again.
But I want to say something about these too.
Okay.
After getting those caps, I just don't wear these anymore.
Yeah. Me neither.
Is that
you know
true?
what? And also, like, some of them are kind of thick and they cause like air pain.
Oh, which we'll talk about.
We'll talk about
the
that.
next piece.
This one is a little different because it doesn't have any tension around the air. It just has like, it's really good.
But you have a special one I want to talk now because you're talking about ears.
The ear pain.
I have never seen this before. It has like ear slits on a cap.
So imagine you have it on and then you stick the top of your ear out of this. It just relieves like that cartilage.
Yeah.
And it just like your ear will stick out from there and then like you can just
That's amazing.
live
Where's
a better
this
lifestyle.
from? Where's this
This one is
She's like, I'm gonna dream about this ear slit.
This one's from VOILE CHIC. VOILE CHIC.
Voile chic.
Voile.
Voile.
Voile. Voile CHIC.
Well, that's really awesome to
Yes.
find because I'll definitely link that because I have never seen that before and I need one actually.
Yes. And another one that is an upgrade from the regular tubes.
fancy.
Yes. This is mesh.
What is this one?
Each one of the students in my course, to plug my course again, they got one of these in their style box.
That's so nice.
Breathable. Because if you have wet hair, right, you want it to dry under your hijab.
Yeah.
If you have an undercap layer and then a hijab layer and then you like wrap your hijab around your head, then you have like multiple layers on top of your wet hair. And it's not really that effective, you know, in drying, giving some air in there. So this one's mesh.
Yeah, so why would somebody wear something like this? Like, again, you said wet hair, but is there any other
like
reason?
say you're wearing a jersey hijab and you need something that's very light underneath it. It's already opaque, so you don't need a full thick layer like a full undercap, right?
Yeah,
so you get one that's mesh. Your hair might be wet or it might not be wet, and you just want something that's breathable. It's hot outside, and this is adjustable as well. So that so that air pane, you can make it very loose. You can tighten it. I like that. With a tube undercap, you can't do anything. It's just there. It gets looser, and it might start falling down and.
And this has a good wide, it's like pretty wide too as well. So and where's this from?
This one's from VOILE Collection. From VOILE Collection.
I love VOILE Collection. They have amazing stuff.
One more thing is an upgrade to the tube undercap. Let me see that other one. Okay, so we're dragging regular tube undercap, but these are people
They're
too.
basics, yes. Basics.
I like a ribbed one because
I've never seen that.
It has a little bit of pizzazz to it, you know, like if it's like sticking out from the, just a little bit, you know, you get a little style to it. And I like that it has some grip as well without being too tight. These tend to slide off and this adds a little bit of friction. So
I've also seen the crisscross one. Actually, I have one. I didn't bring it with me, but
crisscross.
Yeah, they have crisscross for style.
So it adds a little bit of style in the front. Yeah. Now let's go back to some of your old stuff.
Oh, I wanted to show something that like literally is like old. Have you ever seen these guys? Like, it's just these weird cap thingies. I actually sleep in it, like wrap my hair up and then just sleep in
that's
them.
good to sleep in.
But it is ugly. So I don't know what to tell you if you're sucks a lot. Somebody's gonna be like, I wear them all the time.
Well, okay.
I just don't think these are great, and there's like better ones now out there. This is very old.
Yes. Yeah. So when we don't want to drag anybody's or anything like that,
I'm sorry.
what we do want to do. What we do want to do is let you see what is out there so that you can make your decisions more wise.
You are so sweet.
Okay.
Don't buy that.
But also, don't buy this. I mean, just look at how like...
This is ratty. Like, I'm
it's
sorry.
ratty and the lace is not really...
But this is very old, I have to say. Like super duper old, like 20 years old.
Okay, perfect. So we're back in the 2000s. This one as well, very fabric pilly.
Yeah, no.
And you can tell like this one probably is not going to get that way because of the blend of the fabric. There we go. One thing that came out recently that Culture Hijab came out with is a headband.
A
velvet headband. And I saw you wear
a velvet cap. Where's my velvet cap? Yeah. I'll show a little clips of that.
So you get those satin silk hijabs that's like as soon as you put it on your head they're falling off. Yeah. And you know satin hijabs are really in style right now, and if you have slippery hair or even if you have textured hair and you put those hijabs on, they're slipping all over the place. Yeah. Just adding this headband right along your hairline can really add some friction and help those to stay in place. And when you wore the velvet undercap, I was like, oh my gosh, I had to tell everyone about.
Oh, you did?
I linked your video in my course. Yeah, I took a screenshot of it. I linked it.
This is cool though, because you don't have that velvet cap can get hot. I think, especially in the summer. So if you don't want that huge cap, you can just wear this with your silk hijab, which I think is great. I've never seen that, and I think that's a really great staple piece that you definitely need. What other like basic, I think, things that if you're new hijabi, or I think we covered a lot, but like what else?
We didn't talk about pins.
Oh yes. Now let's go to pins and like how to put your hijab together.
Okay, so 2022, we're doing magnets.
Yeah, I got so many magnets here.
They're stuck to the table.
They're stuck to the table.
You can get them in so many different finishes: gold, gunmetal, black, matte black, hearts, crystals.
I think I'm making an episode, or I made an episode already of this.
Yes,
I forgot.
You have one.
I definitely filmed one.
Yeah,
so,
you have one on magnet, especially like the Pave Crystal
the
magnet
Pave Crystal,
from Haute Hijab. Love that. We're not throwing these away just yet. Please
these
don't throw
are
these
amazing.
away.
Although I love magnets, I probably wear those pins all the time.
Yeah,
that's the one that I wear.
Sometimes you don't have okay, to be very honest, sometimes the magnets pop. Like they
Yes, I'm wearing a magnet now. I'm like worried.
Yeah, if you're wearing stretchy fabric like jersey, sometimes like if you pull it too much, that the elasticity will like pop the magnet apart.
Yeah.
Even the strong ones. Like I would say that the only magnet that's never been popped apart has been like the Pave Crystal magnet. It's just really.
Yeah, those are tough.
Those are tough.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other ones, they will pop apart.
Yeah.
This will never pop apart, but it will like make a hole.
Yeah, I only wear these with chiffon, actually.
Yeah, chiffon is good for these. If you're gonna wear silk, that's like it'll run if you poke in it. Please don't do this. Just use a magnet.
Use a magnet, yeah.
Use a magnet and try to like double up the fabric underneath the magnet so it can stay. Recently, what's been going viral?
Oh, her TikTok
it's all over TikTok.
I will put that little blip on front of my face right here. You can see her in her TikTok viral. Yes.
This is fashion tape. It's just these little pieces of double-sided tape. And if you're wearing some of those loosey-goosey hijab styles that you're not pinning
I never do those. I tried many times.
You're not pinning under the neck. You're just kind of like letting your chiffon just kind of like
it's so flowy, and you have your like hoop earrings usually.
Yes, and there's really nothing that you're doing to really secure your hijab. Most of these girls are not leaving the house with these loose hijab styles. They're doing tutorials and then they're wrapping their hijab properly and leaving the house.
I see these ladies wear it, and it looks so beautiful in these tutorials online.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do they keep it from not like falling off? Because even when I tie this gets loose over time.
Yes, they're like either that they are just using it for the tutorial, or they're wearing it outside, but it's constantly like, oh, the wind, oh, it's falling, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or they're actually just wearing it normally, like with a pin or with a couple pins and leaving the house. Why not talk about how we actually are wearing it instead of like this aesthetic, like,
There's all these tutorials that it's just like basically they put it over and then they like wrap it up.
And they flip and they're like,
That's my tutorial.
Any questions? No, we are being very real about hijab wearing because we don't want your hijab to be falling off of your head in Walmart.
I can't wear that.
Okay, so fashion tape. Say you have on your undercap and you have your loose hijab style. You put a couple pieces of fashion tape between the hijab and the undercap. And yes, it can be loose, but it will not fall off.
I love it.
This, I think, it's not a replacement for this. I think it can be used in conjunction with it. If you have like a spot where like it's like really lifting up or it's like just getting really weird, you can just dab a little bit of the liquid fashion tape to different spots and then just hold for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it will stay, between your undercap and your hijab. You're not doing this to your hair, okay?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people on TikTok that probably said some really stupid things.
They were like, what is this, wig glue? Like, what are we doing? Like, no, we're not gluing our hijabs to our hair. We're doing this between your undercap and your hijab.
Yeah.
Or you might do a little bit to the skin because this actually is for between skin and fabric, right? But I wouldn't use this heavily. Like you're not gluing the whole thing and like, no, it easily lifts up as well.
But I have a question.
Light adhesive.
Does it mess up your hijab?
No. So when I've used it, it just leaves a little bit of residue that you can wipe off. Even it says here that you can wipe it with warm water.
Okay, cool.
I would be careful with the color that you use it with because it is liquid. So it will show up as liquid until it dries.
So not light hijab.
So if you're wearing a black hijab, it'll be good. Or like something that's not going to show up and you just like have these dots all over your head. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's what I was
You might as
wondering.
well use...
Just do the fashion
tape.
But the fashion tape can show through too, right? With a lighter hijab?
Yeah, you might be able to see it, but it's an invisible tape.
Oh, it's invisible. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, so it just has a lining.
Oh, cool.
You pull off the lining and then it's a clear tape. Yeah.
I love it. That's why we have a stylist here, because she knows what she's talking about. I would never have known.
It's options.
Yeah, it's good to have options.
And what about this? Okay, so let's show our rings, right? So this one is...
What is a ring, first of all?
Okay, so it's just to fasten your hijab. You know how usually when you put on a rectangular hijab, you have two pieces of fabric that kind of like are here, right?
Yeah.
You can do multiple things with those pieces of fabric. You can wrap one around, you can put one on the shoulder, both on the shoulder, This is a really good way to fasten it while it still adds a little bit of style. Vela is the first brand that I've ever seen do this.
Okay, we gotta announce that, yes. Always credit the original.
Yeah, they're the first brand and they consistently do that. It's a part of their branding.
I believe this is Wrap It Up. Have this style. It's
So
a little bit harder.
Use that?
I mean, you just slip it through and just
an
basically, it's like a really cute thing.
And you know how a lot of times people wear their hijab like babushka style these days?
Oh yeah,
like they'll pin
that's me.
They'll pin like a square hijab,
babushka.
And then they'll pin it under the neck, and then you'll just pull that up. And that used to be a style like back when I was little.
That's like an old school.
Yeah, like name styles.
European,
yeah. We're going back to some of those styles as well.
Yeah.
And you have this?
Yeah. There's like so many cute accessories you can get now for your hijab. This is like a hijab pin. You can just put it like it's so cute. That's so cute. There's so many different things you can do with your hijab now. So you're not limited. There's so many companies making new things. There's like all these things that you can really have. But for the basics, like these guys are really what's important to keep in your closet. So you're not running around frantic trying to like figure out how to put your hijab on, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of like I'm jealous of girls who are starting to wear their hijab now, and they're like, they're in this age where there's so many things out there. There's clothing, there's accessories, there's different colors, there's different fabrics. Like the girls who are just starting to wear their hijab, they can start wearing their hijab in a world where it's open and free and, you know, it's accommodating. For us, we struggled. We struggled. Like when I was 12 and I started wearing my hijab, there was like no long sleeves. There was no chiffon and all these different fabrics and patterns and accessories. There was nothing. It was like you wear a hijab one way and it was like you better just stop because Allah is watching you. And that's it, you know? Yeah. But alhamdulillah, we can have a lot of fun and be free with our hijabs these days.
Yeah, and you can check out my list on AWEEA.com for like 700 women-owned businesses.
Yeah.
You can support, definitely like that. I mean, I just wore hijab like, alhamdulillah, like 3.5 years ago now. Actually, the past year, so many things have changed.
Yeah.
It's not even since I started wearing hijab. It was like just recently. There's so many new items that you can purchase.
Maybe it was like a result of the pandemic as well.
Yeah.
People are just getting very, very creative, and comfort has been very key in this pandemic. People are at home. They're creating content at home. They have time to like think what is going to make our hijabi lives easier.
Yeah.
And they came out with all this stuff, and I'm just enjoying every second.
That's all. Yeah. I love what you have. Awesome.
Thank you, Alex.
I hope you enjoyed this.
This was such a cute date.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, HAKEEMAH, for being here, for giving us all your tips about what to wear as a new hijabi for all the pieces. Somebody who's watching this will really get really good value from this. And I just want to know, like, how can people follow you so they can get more tips and style and fashion? Even your one-on-one basic styling course, like, how can they sign up?
Sure. So you can follow me on Instagram at HAKEEMAH I'm also on TikTok at HAKEEMAH and Facebook HAKEEMAH. My website is cmbstyling.com. And if you click styling on the navigation bar, there's a drop-down menu and it says Hijab Styling 101. That's the registration link. Link up with me there and keep in touch.
Okay, great. Thanks, HAKEEMAH. I love you.
You're welcome. This was the cutest date ever.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.